episode, we're going to be making an omelette du fromage. So, ferme la bouche and cherchez le livre, and let's get started. Alright, so it looks like we're starting off with some onion, cutting it in half, cutting it into fourths, and cutting it into sixths. No, 8. I can do my math. So, last time we did some cooking. It looks like he is a little more prepared today. Got his ingredients. Looks like we got some pesto, some eggs, onions, mushrooms, cheese, and oil. Ooh, I like this technique, the bear paw or the paw, where you keep your fingers back while you do the chippy chop. Nice. Nice pieces. Cooking is an art form all on its own. Something that is not only just an art form, but so rewarding. It's nothing greater than getting to make someone or yourself food and enjoy it at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. It's got that reward. Yeah, I don't like the stems of mushrooms either being cooked. They're not bad, but they just, I don't know, they have a different texture altogether. So I'm with you on that one, removing the stems. Yeah, and they were washed before this cooking thing, so nothing to worry about there. Some more chippy chop. Nice. Down them into the skillet. All right. So one of my favorite omelettes myself is is actually an onion mushroom with some seasoning, but I also really do enjoy a jalapeno one. The other thing I like when it comes to eggs is the ones where they sit in the pan. What is those called? I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Okay, it'll come to me probably at 2 a.m, but yeah. So anyway, we're adding some oil, deliciousness, quite a bit of oil, but that's good because we want a nice saute. So if you guys have anything that you'd like to see cooked, please leave a comment below and I will check it out and we'll see what we can do about making it. The idea with these introductory cooking episodes is, well, what can we do? What do we want to do? Where do we want to go with it? With the space for one and the tools that we have available to us. The other important thing is that, when we get done with work or before we start going to work, we're tired and we don't really want to cook. So it's neat to see that these episodes, like cooking just a basic omelet, it's rough. It's uncut for the most part. It's in live time. Like it only takes about 10 minutes to make this omelet from start to finish. And that's nice when you really don't want to cook. Some of my more elaborate meals, they take forever. Like my cauliflower crust pizza, it takes quite some time, all the steps involved in it. So yeah. Oh, now here we are doing some sauteing. Okay, we got the big burner. One of the things about like sauteing is to keep it moving, keep it rotating. A lot of people like to use those screens because the grease pops. It is what it is, If you keep it going, keep moving. It's only when you're like on super high heat and you're like, I don't know, maybe cooking like a hamburger and it's starting to pop because you've got to cook it through with consistency. In that case, like when you got a thick hamburger, I would just turn down the heat lower. So, okay, it looks like he's going to add some caramelized onion butter seasoning, which is a delicious addition. I like to add also black pepper sometimes to mine if I'm just going to do an egg omelet. For some reason, I like pepper in my egg. I know some people do, some people don't. That's the other thing about like an omelet is that it really is dealer's choice, so to speak, that you can put whatever you want into it. I know another great one is like artichoke heart with like goat cheese. So that is a nice addition. want to say that there's things called Florentines, but that's like that omelet I just described. So it'll come to me, don't worry. Anyway, we're getting some nice color in, some nice sizzle. Yes, those are my pink shoes. Too funny. One of the hotels that I'm staying at in Tokyo actually has a communal kitchen. So I've decided that I'm going to try my hand at buying a few groceries and cooking breakfast in the morning and seeing how that will go and play out. So, yeah, cooking is fun. I do enjoy it. It's not always something I want to do. Like, again, I said, after a long day. But on the weekends, I do like to come up with a nice, crafty meal. As soon as I figure out how to shoot and edit that, like one of my more, I do a really good carbonara, and I do a really good cauliflower pizza crust. There's just a lot of steps involved in it. So, with that being said, this is coming along nicely. Nice color, nice timing. Oh, there's that jostle that we talked about in our first episode. One of the things that you'll realize when you're starting to cook is that it's not just a hand movement, it's a whole body movement. Sometimes when people do the flippy flop, you'll watch one of their legs go up. It's a whole shift, it's like a wave, it's like a crane. In fact, I used to make the joke when I worked in the kitchen that you got to have the grace of a crane, to move it, the fluidity of a crane. Because you want to bring them up and then follow them down and back into the pan. I like the color on those mushrooms. They're starting to get a nice roasty color. Same way with the onions, become a little translucid. Just about ready to add the egg. Oh, there it is. I like how it adds just a little bit of egg at first, kind of cementing in those ingredients and then going around the outside of the omelet. Just letting it cook. One of the things with an omelet like this is just trying to get it to cook evenly. And what we'll do here is once it's cooked a little bit more on the inside, or at least throughout, we'll start lifting it and tucking in that extra underneath of it, kind of building a layer from the top or bottom down. There it is. Trying to move that extra on top down to get it to cook. It's quite the process. It's a easier process making omelets than it is a lot of other eggs, except scrambled, because you just throw them in the pan and, well, you just, I guess you could say, whip it, stir it, beat it. In any case, what you want to do here is you want to start hoping the jostling means that you can walk the eggs in the pan, so that when it comes to the flippy floppy time, it's a lot. You can do the flippy flop. If not, then you got to add a little bit more oil on the edges to seep in and give it a little bit more or a little less friction. So it looks like we're just about nearing the flippy flop. Just letting it cook on through, letting it do its thing. Sometimes it's just impossible to get all that top runniness off of it, and you just got to go with it. So we're nearing the flippy flop, I do believe. Just letting it cook. One thing that's really nice too is when you do the flippy flop and you got your ingredients, is that it kind of caps them off and finishes the last moment saute. Okay, so here we go with the flippy flop. And there it is. That's not uncommon to have your egg break up like that, or your omelet, just because you've got all those ingredients. And it's kind of like concrete. If you have more rebar than concrete, it's not going to stay together. So, but now you can just let it cook. We'll be adding our toppings here soon. Yep, bringing in the pesto. So this was his idea for a Greek style pasta, I guess, or a Florentine style. Yeah, I guess it'd be more of a Florentine with pesto and mozzarella cheese. Nice. Portion controls. Alright, then you just let it simmer. Oh, put a lid on it, let it finish kind of smelting. And we're just about ready to cap it off. It was a really great omelet. I'm glad you guys joined us for it and that you could be a part of it. And I hope that helps you on making your own omelets and getting ready to make your culinary debut in the world of eggs. Tune in next time as we do attempt the 2 eggs over easy and toast and ham, which will always be a deliciousness favorite in mine. I'll also talk about how to make different egg styles, hard over easy, and so on and so forth. That is a delicious looking omelet.